Hey, I'm Roshika, a counseling psychologist at Amen Healthcare. I am here to talk about hidden mental fatigue of always being the strong one. There is an exhaustion that no vacation, no sleep, no self-care routine can ever heal. It doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from never being allowed to do anything else other than holding the entire world together. You're the one they call at 2 a.m. You're the one whose voice never cracks. The one who shows up calm, capable, unshakable, while inside something is quietly screaming. You have trained yourself so well that even you believe the performance. You have taken emotional suppression for strength, silence for resilience, and self-abandonment for love. As a psychologist, I often meet individuals who are described as very strong by others. They're dependable, composed, emotionally contained. But when they finally sit down in therapy, what emerges is not strength, it is chronic emotional fatigue. Not because they're weak, but because they have been strong for too long without pause. So what does being strong actually mean? For many people, it doesn't mean resilience. It means not expressing distress, not asking for help, being the emotional support for others, prioritizing functionality over feeling. Over time, this creates a subtle but powerful pattern. You become available to everyone except yourself. The kind of strength is often reinforced socially. You hear things like you handle things so well, you're the mature one, you don't get affected like others. You begin to believe that your role is to absorb, stabilize, and not need. It may show up as irritability without clear cause, emotional numbness, sudden overwhelm in small situations, or a constant background tiredness. When you are constantly strong, three things often happen. 1. Emotional suppression. You stop acknowledging your own distress signals. 2. Hyper-responsibility. You feel responsible for others' emotions and outcomes. 3. Delayed processing. Your mind postpones emotional processing to later, but later rarely comes. This creates what we call cognitive emotional load, a build-up that eventually leads to fatigue, burnout, and even anxiety symptoms. Now pause and ask yourself honestly, do I feel uncomfortable when I am the one needing support? Do I minimize my own problems because others have it worse? Do people often come to me but I rarely go to others? Do I feel like I have to stay composed even when I'm overwhelmed? If several of these resonate, it may not be strength. It may be unprocessed emotional load. Control on the outside can coexist with chaos on the inside. Healthy strength actually includes the ability to feel without collapsing, to ask for support when needed, to set boundaries without guilt. So, what can you start doing differently? Start small. Name your internal state daily, even if it's just one word, like I'm tired, anxious, or heavy. Second, we can create a safe outlet. This could be journaling, therapy, or one trusted person. Third, could be practice selective vulnerability. You don't need to open up to everyone, but you cannot open up to no one. Fourth can be reducing emotional overfunctioning. Notice when you are taking responsibility for others unnecessarily. Fifth can be scheduling psychological rest, not just physical rest, but the time when you are not holding space for anyone. Many people who appear the strongest are simply the most practiced at hiding their fatigue. And healing often is not about becoming stronger, but about finally allowing yourself to be supported too.